Ok, estamos listos para la segunda parte del plan de curso. So in the second part, shouldn't be too long, I'm going to go over the evaluation criteria of the course. And again, instead of using a pure point system, which I do not use, I base it off of percentages. So our online assignments are 20% of your grade. Your engagement in the course, your participation, how responsible you are is 10% of your grade. Online oral dialogues constitute 20%. There'll be several vocabulary and grammar quizzes along the way. Those are 20%. You will be doing some language and cultural contact presentations as well as commenting on presentations of your classmates. That's 15%. And at midterm and at finals, we are going to have oral exams, and that is 15%. Now, I do use a plus-minus system, and so you can see the grading scale right there. Now, keep in mind anything that is a 0.5 and above will be rounded up. So an 89.5 would be an A minus, but an 89.4 would be a B plus. I have to make a cutoff somewhere. Okay. Now, keep in mind there's no extra credit given. I am somebody who does not believe in extra credit. Primarily the people who use or want extra credit are either those who already have a 99% and want to get 100. An A plus is an A plus. Okay. Or it's those who have not done any work throughout the semester and 2 weeks before the end of the semester want to do extra credit to try to make things up. Okay. And I'm just not in favor of that. So your online text assignments, okay, I will be assigning these every week. The activities will be via the online workbook in my Spanish lab, as well as some activities that could be found in Blackboard during the week. All of these assignments are due on Sundays by 11:59 p.m. And this is Arizona time. Okay? Arizona does not follow daylight savings time. And so currently we are on the same time zone as the Mountain time zone. But when everybody springs ahead in March, we will be equal to Pacific time. So Arizona has its own time zone. Okay. Student engagement, participation, responsibility. You're going to be engaging throughout the course, working with other students, working with myself. Okay. Your respectful, proactive, timely engagement, comments on the language and cultural contact presentations, okay, etc., is going to constitute this 10%. Now, online oral dialogues throughout the semester, and I believe we have 9 throughout the semester. You'll be working with a classmate and or classmates if we need to have groups of 3. And you will be working on oral dialogues. You will be given the dialogue topic at the beginning of the designated week. And you'll have part of that week to practice with your partner. Now, these dialogues can be recorded using Google Hangouts, can be used using Skype with Screencast-O-Matic, or any other program which allows both of you to be recorded, both visually and auditorily. Okay. These dialogues are due Wednesdays during the week at 11:59 p.m. Okay. You'll have the time to practice the dialogue, but what you actually submit for your grade should not, I repeat, not be read or memorized word for word. Okay, points will be deducted if it is very obvious that you are reading or have memorized the content. Okay. Section quizzes. Each week you'll be completing vocabulary and or grammar quizzes. Okay, they serve as a quick review of the main points. Okay, and these will always be due Sundays by 11:59 p.m. And you'll notice that for all of these, it's no late work accepted. Now, language and cultural contact presentations. Students find that they need other opportunities to practice outside of class. So each week, you will be required to complete 2 hours of I'm sorry, it should be 1 hour. I will make that correction. Okay. 1 to 2 hours of Spanish language and cultural contact. You can complete this by watching Spanish television. You can listen to Spanish radio, reading online or print materials in Spanish. Now, several students like to do Duolingo, which is good practice for vocabulary and grammar, but it really does not give you insight into the Hispanic culture. So I would prefer that as you do these language and cultural contact presentations, you watch movies or television, you converse with native speakers. Okay? Now, you personally will keep track of what you are doing, how much time you have spent on each activity. And then, approximately every 2 to 3 weeks, in the course outline, you can see the specific dates, you are going to create a PowerPoint presentation, which will be voiced over. And you can use Google Hangouts on Air, you can use Screencast-O-Matic, or similar programs, tools. Okay. The presentation is going to include a summary of the activities used for these contact hours, some vocabulary learned. Okay, you don't need to write out all the vocabulary that you learned. Okay, you just need to do some of it. Okay, and more importantly, what were some of the cultural practices or cultural nuances that you observed? And here's the big part. How would you compare and contrast these with similar practices or nuances within your own culture? Now, these are going to be approximately 5 minutes long, and they will be in English. Okay, and you can view the rubric in Blackboard for more details. Now, the midterm and oral exams. This will be myself one-on-one with students to help assess your oral efficiency or proficiency. Sorry. You'll sign up for a time to virtually meet with me. And I'm going to choose a topic, a dialogue from one of the dialogues that we previously had. So at midterm time, I'll choose between the dialogues we start with at the beginning of the semester to what we've done to midterm. And then for the final, I'll pick up on the dialogue at midterm time to the final. Okay, and we are going to have a 4 to 5 minute conversation. Okay. Also, there will be a section which will review over some of the vocabulary. Okay, some of the vocabulary that has been covered. And it's going to be more of a translation-like type activity in which I'll give you English, you'll give me Spanish. Okay. Now the oral exams are going to be taking place via Adobe Connect or with Zoom. And again, right now I'm waiting for my Zoom account. Okay. So part 3, I'm just going to quickly go over where you can find certain university policies within the syllabus.